Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to where is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yasa, Ba'ashem Chakadas. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught his truth. Salutations to the sincere brothers out there who preaching his truth and edifying the brothers and sisters who are steady diligence. And salutations to the elect scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the few Agwaf who may be listening. Today, the brother I welcome back to today through the Spirit and Power of Yahweh Hashem Shabbat Chakadas, entitled They Don't Like You, Jake. And it's like you while I do something real quick. Okay. So it's they don't like you, Jake. No matter how much pleading you do with them, no matter how much protesting, rioting you do, you're not going to change the simple fact that they don't like you. Esau, they being Esau, the so-called white man. You can't get along with them. They're not your friend. They're your enemy. According to the curses, man. Let me just get that. Deuteronomy 28. The curses that will come upon the Israelites, being the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, if we didn't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So this is Slacky. Let me find it. Deuteronomy 38, Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So there are enemies, man. When you hungry, when you thirsty, you gotta go to the store. We don't own no big name brand stores. The so-called white man owns it. When you need clothes to put on your back, you go to the mall, you go to the stores. When you need a new social security card, when you need a new birth certificate, when you need a new driver's license, you need a new plate on your car, man, you go to the so-called white man to get that. We still serve our enemies. We got to go to them for everything. They're enemies, man. And y'all just don't understand that. Y'all don't understand that, man. They don't like us. We still they slaves, but mentally. Verse 49: The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. So they've never liked us, man. Never. And this goes back to Cain and Abel and Esau and Jacob, man. This goes back to the garden. Back to Genesis, man, which I'm going to bring out. Verse 68, Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. It's like the only ones who understand that we're each other's enemies is the so-called white man and the elect, man. We know there are enemies, but you 2/3 don't understand that, man. Y'all don't understand that they're your enemies. Perpetual enemies, man. Like, we will never get along with each other, man. We don't blend, we don't mix with each other, man. There are enemies as the Lord says, as it's written in the Word, man. And it goes back to Cain and Abel and Esau and Jacob. This is Genesis 4 from the top. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord Yahbashim Yasha. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. Verse 6, And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. All you had to do was it was just a simple rebuke, man. But Esau, Cain want to be a crybaby, man, and wanna hold a grudge, want to be wroth deep inside, and want to continue to ball that anger up. He didn't want to just accept it and say, okay, I messed up, I'm gonna do right next time. But they don't want to, man. They want to continue in wickedness. And that'll be their demise. That's their demise. Verse 8, And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. So Cain was mad at Abel because Abel did right, and he didn't. So he slew his brother. Verse 9, And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hidden. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. So come. And then he flew into the land of Nod. And he had that he was cursed, man. He was cursed, man. And he came back as Esau, man. This is Genesis 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob, which Esau and Jacob were twin brothers. Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment. He came out first, and then Jacob came. Esau being the older, Jacob being the youngest. From the top again, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So Esau hated Jacob. It's always been that way, man. Esau always hated Jacob, and it's not going to change. It's not going to change. Ezekiel 35. Ezekiel 35 from the top. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, being Esau, being Edom, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, power. Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, perpetual being everlasting, man. Continually, constant, never ending or changing, occurring repeatedly, frequently, endless. That's had a perpetual hatred against Jacob, man, and that's forever, and that continued throughout the generations unto now. Continuing on, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So this is a perpetual hatred that you 2/3 do not understand, that will always continue. It's always going to be on the so-called white man's spirit to hate us. That's why you've seen all these killings, all these police killings and lynchings and so on and so forth, man. You got the white supremacists, the KKK members from slavery into now just killing us, man. And y'all don't understand that there are our enemies, and y'all still want to try to be their friend. It's really despicable, man, that y'all really try this. And that's all I see. It's like that's all I see. Some new Jake killed by a cop, by a white man, and then you put justice for so and so. Arrest the cops who killed this person. We won't rest until y'all do. It's the perpetual hatred that they have against us, man, and they starting to show their horns, man. They starting to show their horns, and y'all think that not all of them have horns, but they all have horns, man. That the spirit just ain't on them yet, on all the white people, on all of Esau, to bring their horns out, to bring they pitchforks out, man, against us, which it will come to pass. Y'all gonna see their true colors. And it's not going to be a pretty sight, because y'all going to be joined hand in hand with them. Amos 1 verse 11. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemashah, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And that's today as well, man. Perpetually, endless, everlasting, never changing, man. Do y'all not see what they did to us in slavery? Do y'all not see what they did to us when it's like, do y'all not see what they did to us when Christopher Columbus and everybody came over and slaughtered all the Native Americans, man? Yet y'all still celebrate these heathen customs, man. Thanksgiving, 4th of July, so on and so forth, man. Yet y'all say, oh, I don't celebrate it cause then I just celebrate it cause, bruh, shut up. We know why you doing it, because you love it. You love the so-called white man. Like, it's pitiful, man. They are enemies, man. They took us from our heritage, man. They took it from our heritage. What is that? Is it 85? I believe it is that. No. Maybe 85. So, it's lucky. Let me look up this. '83, Slacky. Psalms 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. They're against, starting with the so-called white man. They're against us, man. They don't want to see us rise, because they know if we rise, it's over for them. Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom. That's all I'm going to read, because that's first. They're our number one main enemy, man. And y'all still want to be buddy-buddy with them. They're all against us because they know if we rise, man, it's over for them. They know that their kingdom is going to fall, which is going to fall regardless. Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And they're going to continue to come harder and harder, man, because they know their time is short. They know their time is short, so you're going to see more and more spirits getting put on these Edomites to show their true colors, man. And we going nothing but prophecy from here from the beginning of 2020, man. Because the year of prophecy, so we're gonna see more prophecy just continue to play out. We're gonna see more killings, Lord willing. We just gonna see more, and Lord willing, we this year or next year or however long we there, man. They don't like you. They took everything from us. As it says, they discontinued our heritage. They discontinued the name. They made us forget. They put us in slavery. They lynched us. They killed us. And even when they so-called said we have freedom, they still lynched us. They still kept us in slavery, man. Y'all don't understand it, man. Micah 2 verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence. Then did they not do that? They took America by violence when the Native Americans were already over here. When our people was already over here living good. And take them away. They took it by violence. They killed us. They massacred us. They slaughtered us. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And that's what's happening to this day. But I just wanted to bring out this lesson because I keep seeing these 2/3 Jake just say justice, Black Lives Matter, justice, arrest a cop. But it's prophecy, man. It's a perpetual hatred that they have against us, man. Like I say, Kahalayim La Yahweh Shem Shabbat Chakadas. Double honors to the elders and the apostle, great millstone who rule well, who taught the truth. Shalom to the sincere brother out there who preaches truth and edifying the brothers and sisters who are sharing the judgments. And shalom to the elect scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the few Agwaf who may have listened. Like I say, Barak to Yahweh Shem Shabbat Chakadas for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And Lord willing, video with edifying, of course. We almost there, man. Keep pushing. Shalom. Kwame Yashala.